It's been a little while since I did a physical media unboxing because I haven't really had that many physical media sets through the post. So if anybody wants to send me some, it would be very, very much appreciated. I love physical media. I do have a huge physical media collection. It's just I don't have a huge bank account to be able to buy all these really cool sets. But now and again, if somebody treats me, it is amazing and it is very, very much appreciated. This dropped through my door last week and I've been meaning to do a video of it for a few days, but things have been busy. I've had other things to catch up on my to-do list, but I'm here. Don't worry. I am here to entertain you boys and girls with a new unboxing of a Blu-ray set. Now this is Hammer Films, just in case you weren't paying attention and you were listening to my nice soothing tones and not watching what was on the screen. Open your eyes and feast yourself. Feast yourself? Don't even know if that's a phrase. Getting all creepy and Hammer and gothic-y there. Give your eyes a treat and check out my unboxing for a four-sided triangle. This 1953 film from British filmmaker Terence Fisher. Terence Fisher has a huge filmography. He had done a lot before the 1953 four-sided triangle, and he would then go on to do films like The Hound of the Baskervilles, The Curse of the Werewolf, a version of Phantom of the Opera, Sherlock Holmes and the Deadly Necklace, The Two Faces of Dr. Jekyll, Brides of Dracula, etc., etc. There's so many, and including 1959, The Mummy, which is great. I really like that one. But we're going to focus on the 1953 film Four-Sided Triangle, which was also known in some territories, I guess, as The Monster and the Woman. Which title do you prefer? I think Four-Sided Triangle just makes you think, well, that sounds weird. Whereas The Monster and the Woman kind of tells you exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get a film about a monster, and there's going to be a woman in it as well. So, you know, and it's the 1950s, so I'm guessing the monster is chasing the woman, or the woman falls in love with the monster. One of those two. I'm not familiar with the movie itself. I haven't yet watched it. Clearly, I've not watched this set because it's still in its lovely cellophane. So I will probably be doing a review video at some point of the movie when I've watched it. But I've done a little bit of research, so I know what special features are in here, including the running times, so I can give you as much information as I can that doesn't relate to how good the movie is. So, right, what we get here is the lovely solid packaging. Just to let you know, this set retails for around the £35 mark. You can buy it from hammerfilms.com. You'd probably buy it from a whole bunch of other places as well, but Hammer is probably the best way to go, unless it's cheaper elsewhere. So, what we get here, solid card box, which is great, similar to the second sight sort of outer packaging. So this film also, for anybody who is curious whether this is a cut version or an uncut version, it is an uncut version. The film runs for just over 80 minutes, I believe. According to my information, 81 minutes and 40 seconds, but that might be a few seconds out, but it's uncut. So there we go. So what we get here, wrapped in cellophane. Take all that off. And then we get a little slip thing, which these are unusual, I think. I get why they have them, because it makes it look nice. But once it comes off, what do you do with it? I don't know. Do you store your DVDs and have them like this with the thing on? Because then they kind of get a bit stuck, don't they? So what we'll do for now is we'll go bye. Just get rid of that. But you do get the upside to having a disposable thing, which is now flown over the other side of my room, is you get the full cover art. So that is a bonus. On the back, we get some different cover art there. Now inside, we are getting the following. So we get a nice solid box there, which is impressive. Let's just pop that over here for now. Now inside, there's a whole bunch of little things. So this will be the discs. So I'm going to put these to one side for now, just to show you the discs there. Let's get rid of that cover for now, because I need a little bit more space. So we are getting the discs inside. There is 2 discs in here, which is disc number 1, of course, which is the 4K UHD disc, and disc number 2 is the regular Blu-ray. Now you will see that it's full screen, 1:37 ratio. That's probably the way they all shot them back then. There wasn't really widescreen films until at least, was it like the late 50s or something? I always remember like films like Ben-Hur and stuff being this is why we're doing big cinema epics, because we don't want people to watch films on television. So my dates may be a little bit wrong. I'm sure there's a widescreen film from the 30s or something. In fact, there is. I'm thinking Wizard of Oz. So ignore just what I said. So we get 2 discs in here, 4K Blu-ray. I do like it when they do this, when they give you a Blu-ray and the 4K in the set. Reason being, yes, I do have a 4K player and all my TVs are 4K, but the only 4K Blu-ray player that I have is in the living room, where I do watch most of my films, but I don't watch all of my films. In my other screening room, aka the screening room with a bed in it where I sleep, I have a 4K TV, but I just have a regular Blu-ray player. And so this is probably where I would sit and watch this one. Whereas 4K, that one. So definitely a fan of the dual format in there. Let's just take these discs out so you can just see what we've got underneath. Yep, well, we're getting the extras. We're going to touch upon the extras. It's just got a list of the extras under that, but I'm going to go through those in a few minutes. There's your cover art, which makes a nice little scene from the movie. Let's just position that nice into the camera there. And then we shall move the discs out of the way, because we're going to see what else we get. What else do we get? We get a nice 120-page booklet. The Hammer files. There's a whole bunch of essays and stuff in here. Let's just have a look. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the Hammer files. That's why I was waffling that out, because that's what I'd seen on my screen. So we get a bunch of contents in here. Starts on page 7, so it's over there. And you can see this is what we get in here. So we get some pages from the script by the looks of it. In the Japanese version, we added more blood. That's interesting to know. There's a chapter on the look of the novel by William F. Temple. So let's just see how nice this book is. It's not just filled with glossy pictures, although there are lots of glossy pictures in it. There is a whole bunch of text in here, which is good. Even a picture of RoboCop. Who would have thought that RoboCop would end up in a booklet about the 1953 film Four-Sided Triangle? Picture of Blade Runner there. Whole bunch. Whole bunch of stuff. There's a lot. And then script pages. I think we're getting a lot of the script in there. So it's a pretty nice, detailed booklet that you can just sit down one afternoon with a glass of blood and just sit and read into the making of Four-Sided Triangle. So we'll pop that there for now. So obviously we're up to the booklet. We're up to the DVDs. There is some other stuff here. We get... What are these? What are these? Oh, there we go. Nice little sort of... not quite sure. Reproduction press books, apparently. This is the 2-pager. Press books. Wow. Wouldn't you love to have one of these original ones? So I'm not quite sure where these would have come from. Would these have been sent out to people? Would they have been... Actually, I think they possibly might have been in the cinema, because I remember as a kid, they used to have these little magazines that you used to take home with you, and it used to show you what's coming out. Now, obviously, that doesn't happen because we have the wonderful cesspool is the internet that will tell us what films are going to flop and which films nobody wants to watch. So yeah, we get a replication press book there, and we also get another one, which this is an 8-pager apparently, which this is pretty impressive. This is really cool, actually. This lots of the posters. So they're quite nifty, those. A couple of little reproduction press books. And finally, what we get here is, and I will have to move the camera in a second for you to get it all in. Oh, will I? Yeah, I will, because this is big. Right, so we get big poster. I'm actually going to stand up because it's quite big. That is pretty hefty size, isn't it? So we've got that included. You can see how big it is compared to the little package that we get. And then we get, on the other side, we got that one. Very nifty. I do like that. And the quality of it is really, it's quite thick paper as well. So which do you prefer? Do you prefer this design or the Australian one? No, this one. Or that one. Both good posters. I think I prefer this one now. Reason being, it's got a slightly thinner white border. And there looks to be too much border on that one. But, you know, I'm not a poster designer. So what does it matter? So let's pop this camera tripod down again. And I will move the poster out of the way and then spend 10 minutes trying to work out how to fold that up later. And let's get back on to the discs themselves. So there's not a ton of special features in these. The features are replicated on either disc. So it's not a case of some are on that, some are on this one. They're all on the same one. So what we are getting, and I'm going to put them on the screen as well, just because I'm nice like that. There are 2 audio commentaries on each disc. Both ones, I don't need to keep saying they're on the same. They're replicated. 2 audio commentaries. Commentary number 1 is by film historians Melanie Williams and Thurza Wakefield. That was recorded in 2024 as well, so it is quite a recent commentary, which is good. To be fair though, I quite like archival commentaries as well, so I don't care when a commentary was made. I will happily listen to them. I am a huge fan of audio commentaries. The second audio commentary, also by film historians, this time Kevin Lyons and Jonathan Rigby. That was also recorded in 2024. So it looks like Hammer have gone full belt and really gone into creating these special features for this this classic film. I say classic because I've not seen it yet. So then there are 3 featurettes, documentaries. First one, In the Sticks Sci-Fi. It's a 2024 interview with William Fowler and Vic Pratt, both film historians. That runs for just over 28 minutes. So 28 minutes and 38 seconds if you want to get really accurate. The next one is a featurette called Things to Come by Neil Sinyard about Four-Sided Triangle, also 2024. 18 minutes and 29 seconds that runs for. So we're just short of an hour so far. And considering the film itself runs for like 81 minutes, we're doing well. The third and final featurette is called I Am Not Ashamed, Lucy Bolton on Barbara Payton and Four-Sided Triangle. This is a 28-minute, 13-second interview featurette. And then we get 15 minutes of image galleries, and there's a couple of minutes worth of trailer elements. I'm not quite sure what a trailer element is, but we get 2 minutes of that. So for as long as the film is 81 minutes, we are getting more featurettes and we're getting the 2 audio commentaries. So if you do want to become a bit of an expert on Four-Sided Triangle, pick it up, you watch the film, you listen to nearly 3 hours worth of audio commentaries by historians who I guess do know their stuff about this movie, and you watched around hour and a half documentaries. So you will be an expert on Four-Sided Triangle once you have spent your day, and you can probably do it all in a day once you've spent your day working your way through this latest Hammer release. I think if you're a fan of the film, then I think this is probably the best edition. It may in fact be the only edition. I don't know if this film has been out on Blu-ray before. This seems to indicate that this is the only physical media version or the only Blu-ray version that exists. So if you want to get this one, this is the version to get. I'm trying to locate which region this is for you. It is region A, B, and C. So obviously you'll know which your player is. Region B being Europe. Region A, I believe, is America. So I think this is pretty much multi-region Blu-ray, isn't it? I think. 2 discs in the set. Language, what you are getting Atmos 5.1 and mono in this as well. I never really play around with the sound settings, to be fair. I do have a cinema surround setup, but I don't tend to use it because I find that with surround sound, 1 minute you'll have to turn it up because the dialogue's quite quiet, and then the next minute a car explodes, and then your neighbours are freaking out thinking their next door neighbour's house is just blown up, and it's easier just to put a film on and just watch the damn thing. Anyway, I am digressing. This has been my video for Hammer's Four-Sided Triangle. I am looking forward to watching the film. I love the fact it's 81 minutes. Kind of tired of these 2.5 hour, 2 hour, 50-minute movies. Yes, the film needs to be as long as it needs to be, but it's so much easier fitting an 81-minute film into an afternoon than fitting a 3-hour epic in, isn't it? So have you seen this? Have you bought any other Hammer releases? This is the first one I've received, and so far I'm very impressed with the packaging. I like the amount of extras. There's not too many. They don't seem to be filler extras. There are pretty decent runtime for these interviews. I love the fact that I get a double-sided poster with it. I just need to try and find a reasonable place to get frames for all of these and put them all up. I like the press books, and it looks like a pretty substantial booklet as well. So shout out to Hammer, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do subscribe, because I do a whole wide range of these sort of videos, whether it's unboxings, whether it's Blu-ray or DVD announcements that are coming soon. I've been going through a lot of my geeky collection, just doing show-off videos. There's a whole range of geeky stuff on this channel, so I would love you to click that old subscribe button and just watch some of my stuff. Leave comments. Let's have a chat in the comments section. Take care, and I hope the day treats you well.